Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finale of the Mystical Skyblock series, episode 11, and we're happy to have you back and watching. Today we are being joined by Hatty Cat.
Hi.
This one is going to belong to Hatty Cat, because he wanted to go in the corner for some reason, I don't know why.
I don't like you guys.
Yeah, fair enough.
So what we're actually going to do now is go off in our separate ways and start on our projects. We are each going to be editing our individual projects by ourselves, guys. So we're not going to talk to each other much throughout this project. It's now and then it's at the end. So I guess I'll see all you guys when we're finished.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Good luck. Now, our plan is something pretty spectacular indeed. Every single build has some kind of relevance to the person creating it, and my build obviously has to relate to cats. I mean, come on, it's the obvious thing. It's the obvious thing to do. However, this build isn't going to relate just to cats. You may have heard in a few different videos, if you are a very loyal viewer indeed, we have a little joke that came in very few videos, guys, okay? It was there in the background, but you won't have seen it too much, called the Cat Shack. Now, the Cat Shack is just a little joke on the channel, and I think what better thing to build my house around than the almighty Cat Shack itself. But we're not just going to build a Cat Shack. Cat Shacks, I mean, it's just a small little shack. It's not going to be as, you know, glorious and grand as everyone else's build. So I've come up with a bit more of a special plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a huge mountain. Now, I mean a really steep and pointy mountain. Right at the top, we're going to have the Cat Shack itself, which is going to be like a 3x3 wooden, broken down, dilapidated shack. And then below that, we're going to have a layer of clouds and sunbeams coming through. And as we go down, we're going to have like wooden kind of structures off the side of the mountain. We're going to have tons of leaves and just make it look like this kind of utopia, you know, like Mount Olympus style, heaven at the top, and heaven is, of course, the Cat Shack. And in addition to this, I've had this really cool idea to kind of bring the idea of cats into it again, of making these huge, giant pixel art cats climbing up the side of the mountain, all trying to get to this tiny 3x3 cat shack. I know it's kind of a stupid build, but I think it's going to look really awesome, and I'm thinking lakes, I'm thinking waterfalls. I just think this is going to be something really, really cool, and it's going to contrast Brad's build very, very well, and you guys are going to have to watch his video to see what's going on there. Alrighty guys, so you might be able to notice just before we get straight into the building, a little bit of time has passed. I'm not going to look at these too much, but let's just say I am not too prepared. I am definitely the last one to the building, but we're going to hop into it and just ignore everyone else's build, and just hopefully we can make something pretty half decent. But as I can see out the corner of my eyes, there are some amazing builds out here, and I don't know how I am going to contend with these, but I'm going to try my absolute best. So the plan is I'm going to start off with a pretty simple structure, and all I'm going to need is a lot of this cobblestone and a lot of this stone. Hopefully we can get the kind of platform built up. I'm not going to build an island yet, but hopefully I can get the platform built up and start on the mountain itself. This is going to look pretty ugly, but I think all in all, it's going to look pretty good when we start getting on to the details. So all I'm going to do here is actually build a little circle, and yeah, hopefully we can get a platform going and get the foundations down to start building this. Oh no, I just realized I'm building this out of cobblestone and I want it to be normal stone. Oh no. Oh well. Oh well. Alrighty, this is quite big. I am planning on using the majority of the plot, so I'm thinking if I make sure I get all the way out to outskirts, because this isn't the footprint of the mountain itself, this is the footprint of the island that the mountain is going to sit on. And trust me, this is going to be one very, very tall mountain, which means at the bottom it's going to have to be one very, very chunky mountain. I think borderline obesity mountain. So we are going to need to make sure this platform is absolutely huge, so the mountain doesn't look, you know, completely stupid supported by this tiny little platform. So yeah, I think we're going to be taking up the majority of the plot here. Oh no. I think that is pretty good for now. It's nice to have this little area here, because I think I'm going to build a few little islands and fragments off the side. It's not just going to be one island. I need to make sure it looks in place and make sure it looks, you know, like it's not just been plonked there. So I think I'm going to have a little island here that you can parkour over from all the other builds, and actually access the main island here. So I would say that's a pretty good start. But now it is time to fill it in and get the mountain going. Well, guys. I now know what it's like to be a printer. And man, do they deserve some more recognition. That took longer than I expected, but look at this, guys. We now have an absolutely god-awful plane. It looks disgusting. I hate it, honestly. But it is not going to look like this for very, very long because we are going to now start on the mountain itself. Now, I think what we should do first before we get carried away building awesome mountains and cats and caverns and all that cool stuff, we need a footprint. We need some foundations. Now, I do have something in my mind. I really, really want a waterfall. I really want kind of like a little cove, kind of here. So it faces into the middle of the island. A little cove with a waterfall, and that is going to be the entrance to the mountain itself. Because as I said at the start, the cat shack itself is actually going to be tiny. It's going to be like a 3x3 little shack. We actually need somewhere proper to store all of our cool gear and stuff. So instead, we are going to actually build all of that cool stuff inside the mountain itself. So as you can see, I'm actually building out a little cave here. All of this is going to be covered over by the mountain, but actually we need all of this room to store all of our stuff and have this little bit of a cove. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. And we need more cobble, of course we do. We haven't even built up 2 blocks yet, and we're already pretty much out of stone. This is, oh no, we're gonna mine the whole server. It's looking pretty good. It looks like we actually know what we're doing now, but there's one thing it is definitely lacking. I thought we should have some grass. Yeah, grass would make this a lot better. Let's do that. Yeah, that's definitely better. Sure. But, you know, it's still missing something. Let's try on some bumps. Maybe some bumps and irregularities. Let's try that. Ah, look at that. Much better. Yeah, it's really not. I'm not gonna lie, it looks more like a cat poop than a cat shack, but hold your horses, okay? Okay, you've got to have faith in me. You've got to wait, all right? It's a difficult road, but we're gonna get there. We have to focus on the main part of the build, which is the mountain, and this is like the biggest part. It's going to take a very long time and a lot of work and a lot of dedication, so let's get straight into the mountain. It is time-lapse time. Okay guys, after about 2 hours of blood, sweat, tears, and a whole lot of clicking, we have finally finished the mountain itself. And this is only the base structure, okay? This is a much bigger project than I expected it would be, but man, does this structure look awesome. I mean, it's only stone. There's no detail yet. I would love to detail it. I don't even know if I'm going to get time to, but man, is it looking great. I'm so proud of this. We've pretty much finished the whole mountain structure here. As you can see in here, we've got the cave, and I do have some plans for in here, but I think we'll finish the interiors in a different video because we just do not have the time. But for the exterior, we have a lot of work still to do, guys. But for now, I actually want to do this the wrong way around. I feel like building the clouds and the cat shack first and working from the top down is actually going to be the easiest way of doing this. I'm not quite sure why I think that. It's probably stupid, but you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to wing it. We like to do it differently over here, and let's get to work. Let's add a few clouds. Okie dokie, guys, it is cloud time. This is how much wool we have. So quite a bit, about half an inventory full. So I don't know how many clouds we're actually going to be able to make. The plan was to make so many clouds that it's practically a layer. I kind of want to make it look like heaven, you know, playing on that joke that the cat shack is heaven and all the cats are trying to climb up to it because everybody wants to be in heaven, you know? Yeah. So I'm thinking a cloud straight off the top of the mountain should probably work pretty good as the starting point anyway. I mean, as far as clouds go, that's not too bad. So maybe if I build like another cloud here, kind of giving it a little bit of variation on the y-axis. Who would think it would be so difficult to make literally random formations? I mean, they're random for God's sake. Why is it so hard to make a cloud look like a cloud? Talking about the y-axis, I'm kind of going to go back on what I said. I feel like we do need some depth, and maybe that's the thing that we're missing. I think we definitely need some size variation and depth, and maybe if we make them proportional, so the lower you get, the kind of smaller the clouds get, and the higher you get, the smaller they get, but in the middle is kind of the good point. It's like a next squared graph. Small cloud here, little baby cloud over here, another cloud coming right up, toddler cloud is ready for business, and another. Now that is a pretty big cloud. Okay, I'm quite happy with how this is looking. We're kind of starting to get that kind of swirling effect. Gonna add one more cloud over here, and a teensy weensy microbe of a cloud over there. Who is this? Brad, why are you shooting at me? That actually scared me. So now we're working on the less dense clouds that are going to be right above the cat shack. So I'm thinking the cat shack's going to go here. And then we can have these kind of nice small ones just to make it look like it's still a cloud system, you know? There are still clouds above the cat shack. Doesn't quite look how I want it to look. I don't know what I'm doing so wrong here, but I'm actually really struggling. All right, guys, so I did a little bit of messing about and a little bit of tweaking, and I think I've got the effect that I'm looking for. It's still not quite how I want it to look, but I could honestly be here all day just messing about with the clouds and reconfiguring them, and I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I have done that way too many times in the past, and I have learned from my mistakes. But I have actually managed to kind of create that density effect. The problem I had was I didn't actually link the clouds up. As you can see, we've obviously got the individual units, but what I did was just go around with a kind of like a small trail that linked up each cloud and made it feel much more like a floor without making it feel too crowded. We have a lot of work to do on this. Obviously, we have to build the cat shack, which I'm going to leave till right at the end. The cat shack is going to be the final addition that we're going to add right here. And I think the next thing we're going to do is start adding the waterfall and this kind of utopia area that I really want to add to this mountain. Alrighty, guys, so I finished on this kind of front paradise area. It's not that big, but I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. It's a little bit random. There wasn't a particular theme that I was going for, but it's kind of morphed into this tropical style theme that I think I'm going to try keep consistent throughout the whole build. Now, I really like this front area, and I would love to try carry on this detail around the whole mountain, because as you can see, I've only done the front so far, but that is going to take forever, and it is far from a priority because this mountain is looking pretty boring. It's looking pretty bland because it's just stone. That's all it is. I have actually added some snow at the top off camera as well, which I think really adds to the aesthetic and makes it feel a lot taller and kind of grander. But now we need to work on probably the most boring, mundane part of this whole project, the detailing. And we're actually running low on time. You may have noticed that everybody around me has actually finished their build by the time that I'm only halfway through this. And that is very true. I am rushing to get this done. I've completely misjudged timing, and I've actually had a little bit less time than everyone else to record. So my good friend Brad has come on, and he is willing to save the day and help me with the detailing of the mountain. Are you ready to partake in probably the worst task you're ever going to do in your life?
It's time to stone the mountain.
Oh, stone the mountain. I get it. Oh, that's funny. Alright guys, so it has come the time where we start to create the cats. So I'm thinking I want at least 3, maybe, cats. I think about 3 would be right. Kind of evenly spaced up the mountain. So I'm thinking 1 kind of down here, 1 over here, and then 1 kind of up here, nearly at the cat shack, but not quite there. And the plan is they're going to be quite big. I don't know how big, maybe like 10 blocks maximum. I'm really not sure. I feel like I'm going into this part really blind. I think this is where I'm going to start first. So I've got some nether brick stairs, I've got some quartz stairs, I've got some blocks of coal, I've got some wool, and hopefully we're going to be able to make a pretty good looking looking black and white cat here, but I think this is going to be really quite difficult. So I'm going to miswatch some designs and see how it goes. Look at it.
That is magnificent, I
That's
guess.
not the cat.
That's surprisingly good, actually.
It looks more like
Maybe
a
the tail
tortoise.
should droop a bit.
Yeah, agreed.
This is magnificent. Oh, he's a chunker.
Oh, there's one chunky kitty. Oh, look at it.
Why is the head so long?
Okay, I'm changing that.
Hang on, dude, I've got a method.
That's
yeah.
really worrying. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, you love it, man. Boom.
Are you putting eyes on it? Oh, for God's sake.
Beautiful.
Dude. Do we have like one pink clay?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that something you'd want roaming around your house?
Just look at his face. Come here. Just look at his face.
That could be the thumbnail. Just that. Okay, cat number 1 down. Let's go on to the next one.
Oh my god.
Kitty numero dos. Yeah, I'm thinking about having like a really long cat here. Like a
really
slinky cat. Like those...
Slinky cat.
Yeah, you know like those dogs? What are they called?
Wiener
sausage
dogs.
Yeah, sausage dogs. Yeah, those ones.
Ah, these are leggy.
That's a bit wide. That's a thick cat. This cat's gonna be huge. This is the worst thing since the making of cats. Why? Why would you do it? You're disgusting.
I had 3 spare coal blocks. Had to use them.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look the same as the other one. Why? Why? What is wrong with you?
Oh no. I also got normal poop. What?
No, it's a tail.
Oh no. Yeah, he didn't digest some of his melon.
Oh, stop.
Ew, it's all on the floor.
Lovely little cute white ears.
Ah, no, what is that supposed to be a hell?
Then look at the other one. Look at it.
No.
Give it the eyeballs and it'll look...
Bong, bong. Look him in the eye.
Look at it. It's climbing the mountain. The truncation process.
He's got like dummy thick cheeks.
Look at that. That's a cat.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
What?
I'm doing it.
It's like
No, listen, look, from far away, that looks okay.
No. You know what we could have? Like a cat hanging off a cloud.
Oh, yeah.
Right, we're gonna have a cyan cat. It's like Nyan cat, but that's cool. It's gonna be like
His hand's gonna be hanging on to it, the rest of it is just dangling.
yeah, it's gonna be a cat in distress.
Hell yeah.
I need the eyes. Come on, Mr. Eyeman.
Mr. Eyeman.
It's like, it's so fat. That cat is unbelievably fat.
Yeah, he's like a cat with a beer belly.
Putting a cat versus Vice.
No!
Cat versus hydraulic press.
Cat versus hydraulic press.
Look at it.
Oh, no.
It's got a long tail. It's got like a really long tail.
What the hell? This guy is so difficult.
That's great. Dude, it's huge.
Oh my god, no, I've genuinely got like a good idea. Can I have some brown clay?
No! Dude, come on. I trusted you. I thought you actually had like a genuinely good idea.
Oh no, his poo-poo's covering the black cat. Oh,
Oh god, what have you done?
gross.
No! You're disgusting. You're such a child. Look at that. Ah, now that is a finished cat. If I have ever seen a good cat, that is a good cat.
I'm nearly finished. You really just saw it.
This is why we do solo builds, and I shouldn't have let you in. Okay guys, so the time has finally come where we place the final component of this huge project. But before we get onto that, I just want to say that you may have noticed that we have not finished this, and the truth is we've just run out of time. I've already mentioned that we've had some problems. I had to get some help from Brad as it is, and even still, I just don't have enough time to finish this project, which I'm actually really upset about, and it is kind of frustrating me that I won't be able to finish the build for you guys like everyone else has. However, I will be making up for this, guys. I am going to be doing a live stream. I'm not sure which day it's going to be yet, but if you want to catch that one, make sure you hop in the Discord, which will be linked down in the description, guys. I will announce it in there when I'm going to be doing a solo live stream, and in that solo live stream, I'm just going to finish up the build and make sure it's up to tip-top quality. Basically, we'll be detailing this whole back area of the mountain, because obviously we've only done the front. I'm also going to make sure to terraform all of this kind of outside area, and we might get some help from some friends, not sure yet. And then I'm also going to do the one part that we really haven't touched on, which is the inside of this cave. Now, you may have noticed noticed that actually the other guys haven't done the interiors of their buildings either. For example, Mystic, the inside of his owl is just bare. So I think we might actually do that either in the stream or in a separate video. So make sure to look out. This build isn't completely finished, but for this episode, it's finished to a point that I am really happy with. And these cats turned out way better than I expected them to. I think they look awesome. They're just so funny to look at, especially from a distance. But now we have to do it. The time has come where we place down the epic cat shack. So what I'm thinking is this kind of broken down, dilapidated shack with a tiny little door here. So it's like, it's got a 4x4 area on the inside, so at least people have room to move. I mean, the cat shack. It's definitely a shack. It's more of the cat shed, to be honest. Not even a shack anymore. It's just the cat shed. But hey, it's fine. So here we're going to have the doorway. We're going to build this up to here. Make sure we have that. Make sure we have tons of lovely little holes. The more holes, the better. That's what we say over here in Cat Town. But there we go. Look at it. The cat shack. The cat shack itself. Isn't it glorious? I'm going to add a bed. So, you know, if anybody's, you know, made that epic adventure like all these cats are trying to do, at least they can, you know, get some sleep. And the final thing, the cat shack. Oh my god. We have finished! Oh, look at it! Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it glorious? Look at its grandeur. All these cats trying so hard to get here. It has been an epic adventure. It has been an epic journey. But I think it is time to meet up with the other guys and just talk about the builds, evaluate them all, have a bit of a chat, and round off this epic grand finale.
This has been a very long and tiring project, but I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. Like, look around. This is pretty cool, if I do say so myself.
I mean, 1 week ago, there was nothing here.
We definitely need to fill it up with some other islands and clouds and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, all those floating chests, they're a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
No, I think they look beautiful. We should keep them.
The planet used to be like the biggest thing on the whole island. We were worried that it was going to be overbearing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're all really glad and thankful you stuck with us for this very, very special week, the Mystical Skyblock week. It was very fun, if not a bit tiring, but all in all, I think it was worth it, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. So thank you very much for watching, because this took a lot of effort.
Way too much effort than it's worth.
I just love how, like, I've had to only do the front of the mountain to make it look like I've actually done it. The whole back of the mountain is just completely black. Just
It's
focus on the
fine,
front,
it's
guys.
fine.
It's fine. But I do have to ask, guys, which one do you think is the best?
Well, I mean, definitely mine. I'm just
I
saying.
think mine's the best, obviously.
Nah, mine.
You know, for content, I'd say mine, but like legit, I like that mountain a lot.
Hey!
I know Bone Zone is superior, so die.
No, Bone Zone will never be superior. The cat zone is the place to be.
The cat zone.
I have an even better idea, though. Why don't we ask the public instead?
Oh.
They're human beings. They have opinions.
Are you saying there's going to be a straw poll in the description?
Maybe. Or maybe there'll be a card right now with a straw poll.
Dude, that'd be crazy. It's like we're predicting the future.
It's like magic. Well, yeah, make sure you vote on it, or I'm going to find where you live and throw your cat on a mountain.
You will
Leave
do
it
I
there.
thought you already knew where they lived.
Horrifying.
The beauty of YouTube. But anyway, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this episode and the whole of the grand finale for the Mystical Skyblock. Obviously, there are going to be some more episodes in the future. We still need to fight the Ender Dragon. We still need to prepare to fight the Ender Dragon. And we also need to do some little touch-ups around the Mystical Skyblock. As you can see, we've done all the huge projects. This is the island complete in terms of big projects, but we still want to add some little boundary islands, some little details around the island to make it look completed. So we are going to be doing that in a few episodes time. But to everybody who watched, hopefully you enjoyed. Remember to vote on the straw poll, which is going to be linked in the description and on the card on the video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.